The wind here tastes different. It lacks the thick, rotting sweetness of the Amazonian jungles she left behind weeks ago. Here, in this northern land that will one day be called Florida, the air smells of dry pine, salt, and cooling ash. The world is vast, flat, and terrifyingly open. She stands at the edge of the scrubland, a silhouette against a burning orange sky. This is the matriarch. She is Titanis Walleri, a creature that evolution built for a singular purpose: dominance. Standing 8 feet tall, she is a tower of terror, a biological anomaly in a world increasingly ruled by mammals. Her feathers are not soft, they are coarse, bristling like armor plating, dark brown to blend with the shadows of the cypress trees. She is heavy, 300 pounds of muscle and hollow bone, designed not for flight, but for the brutal physics of the ground war. She is tired. The migration across the land bridge has been a gauntlet of starvation and skirmishes. But she cannot rest. There is a heaviness in her belly, a biological ticking clock that drives her forward. She is gravid. She carries the future of her species inside her. She needs a fortress. She needs a territory. The ground beneath her talons vibrates. She looks down. Her feet are massive, scaled nightmares, wider than a human head, tipped with claws that act as stabilizers for her immense frame. She strikes the earth. Once, twice. It is a declaration, a challenge to the silence. But the silence does not answer. Instead, the wind shifts, bringing the scent of rivals. This new world is not empty. It is crowded with fur and fang. She tilts her head. Her eye, large and gold. It is an eagle's eye, capable of... She sees them, shadows moving. The mammals here are different. They are loud. They smell of musk and milk. She lets out a low, guttural chitter, a sound that vibrates in her chest, like an idling diesel engine. She is an invader here, a relic of the dinosaur age, forcing her way into the age of mammals. She takes a step forward, crushing the dry palmettos. The invasion has begun. To build a kingdom, she requires fuel. Her metabolism is a furnace that burns hot and fast. She cannot survive on scraps. She needs red meat. Ahead, in a clearing of yellow sawgrass, a herd of Hipparian grazers. These are the ancestors of the horse, but they are small, barely reaching the matriarch's chest. They are three-toed, nervous creatures, their ears flicking like radar dishes, constantly scanning for the stealthy approach of a cat or the pack tactics of a wolf. They do not know to look for a missile. The matriarch does not hunt like a mammal. She does not crouch. She does not slink. She becomes a statue in the tree line. Her stillness is unnatural. She waits for the wind to die down, for the sound of the crickets to mask the rustle of her approach. She targets a straggler, a young male grazing too far from the safety of the herd center. The launch is explosive. It defies physics for something so large to move so fast. One moment she is a statue, the next, she is a blur of motion. She bursts from the cover, her legs pumping like pistons, eating up the ground in 3-meter strides. She hits 40 miles per hour in seconds. The herd explodes into panic. Dust kicks up, blinding and choking. The horses scatter. their hooves thundering against the hard earth. But the matriarch does not change targets. She is locked on. The young male screams, a high-pitched whinny of pure terror, and scrambles to accelerate. It is too late. She closes the distance not with agility, but with geometry. She cuts the angle. She looms over him, a mountain of feathers eclipsing the sun. She does not bite. Biting is for dogs. She strikes. Her neck, a muscular coil of tension, snaps downward. Her beak is not a mouth. It is a heavy, hooked axe. It is a biological guillotine. The tip of her beak drives into the horse's back with the force of a sledgehammer swing. There is a sickening crunch, the sound of the spinal column disintegrating instantly. The horse drops as if its strings have been cut. It hits the dirt, dead before it stops sliding. The matriarch skids to a halt, her talons tearing deep furrows in the soil. To arrest her momentum, dust swirls around her. She stands over the carcass, chest heaving, steam rising from her nostrils. In the distance, the tall grass parts. A pair of yellow eyes watches. A Borophagus, the bone-crushing dog, has seen the kill. He licks his chops, witnessing the efficiency of this new queen. He does not approach. Not yet. Today, the bird eats first. The killing is over. Now the labor begins. The matriarch is not building a home. She is constructing a bunker. She chooses a spot deep within a thicket of saw palmetto and ferns, where the shadows are long and the light struggles to penetrate. She cannot nest in the trees. Her wings are vestigial stumps, remnants of a time when her ancestors ruled the skies, now traded for the crushing weight of bone and muscle. She is bound to the earth, and so her children must be born in the dirt. She scrapes the ground with her talons, clearing a circle in the leaf litter. She does not line it with soft down. She piles coarse sticks, rotting logs, and sharp debris around the perimeter. It is a citadel of twigs. Then the moment arrives. She lowers her immense bulk, her knees bending backward in the avian fashion, settling onto the soil. The effort makes her tremble. One by one, she lays them. 3 large eggs. They are not white. They are mottled with brown and green speckles. Perfect camouflage against the forest floor. They are warm, fragile vessels containing the next generation of terrors. But peace is a ghost in this epoch. The ground begins to rhythmically thump. Boom, boom, boom. The water in a nearby puddle ripples in concentric circles. The matriarch freezes. Her head snaps up, feathers flattened against her neck. The wall of green vegetation ahead simply parts. A gray mountain pushes through. It is an American mastodon. It is colossal, a wandering fortress of fur and tusks, smelling of musk and wet pine. It does not hunt, it grazes, stripping entire branches with a trunk as thick as a python. It is indifferent to the world of predators. It is too big to care. The matriarch is 8 feet tall, but beside this titan, she looks fragile. If the mastodon takes 2 more steps, it will step directly into the nest. It will crush the eggs not out of malice, but out of sheer, blind heaviness. She has no choice. She rises. She spreads her wings, tiny, useless things, fanning them out to look larger. She hisses, a sound like steam escaping a high-pressure valve. She snaps her beak, a loud clack that echoes through the clearing. The mastodon pauses. The great head swings slowly, the small eyes blinking. It sees the angry bird. It rumbles, a low-frequency vibration that the matriarch feels in her bones. It is annoyed. It swings its tusks, clearing a swath of brush. The matriarch holds her ground, her beak inches from the giant's trunk. It is a standoff between an assassin and a tank. With a huff of boredom, the mastodon shifts its weight. It turns aside, choosing a different path through the brush. The disaster is averted. But as the giant lumbering beast departs, its massive feet trample the ferns that hid the nest. The canopy is broken. A shaft of sunlight strikes the eggs, illuminating them like jewels. The camouflage is gone. The citadel is exposed. The forest has eyes, and the exposure is a beacon. The scent of the broken vegetation and the lingering metallic tang of the matriarch's earlier kill drifts on the wind. It travels through the scrubland, reaching the nostrils of those who are always hungry. First come the scouts. The bushes rustle with a frantic, twitchy energy. A pair of Borophagus emerge. These are not noble wolves. They are the hyenas of the North American plains. They are bone-crushing dogs, built with jaws so powerful they can pulverize femurs to get at the marrow. They are ugly, mangy, and bold. They see the bird standing over her eggs. They assess the risk. To them, she looks like a flightless turkey larch. Yes, but surely vulnerable. They spread out, flanking her. One moves left, chattering and yipping to draw her attention. The other creeps low on the right, aiming for the nest. The matriarch does not panic. Her brain is wired for combat geometry. She tracks both targets simultaneously. The dog on the right lunges. It is a mistake. The matriarch pivots on one leg, swinging the other with the force of a wrecking ball. Her foot connects with the dog's ribcage. There is a wet thud, followed by the sharp crack of bone. The dog is launched backward, yelping, tumbling into the thorns. It does not get up. The second dog freezes, its bravado vanishing instantly. It tucks its tail and scrambles away, but the skirmish was loud, and the noise has summoned something. The air pressure in the clearing seems to drop. The chatter of the insects stops dead. The matriarch senses it before she sees it. A heavy, musk-laden heat rolls over her. From the shadows of the cypress trees, he steps out. It is Xenosmilus. He is not the famous Smilodon. He is something arguably more terrifying. He is the cookie-cutter cat. He is shorter than a lion, but twice as heavy. A dense block of fast twitch muscle packed into a frame designed for wrestling bears. His teeth are not long sabers. They are serrated blades, designed to rip out chunks of flesh. He walks with a swagger, shoulders rolling. He is the apex here. He has never seen a terror bird before. He does not see a predator. He sees a feast. He stops 10 yards away. He stares at her. She stares back. She stands over her eggs, fluffing her feathers to maximum size, clicking her beak. The cat lowers his head, a low growl rumbling in his throat like a distant thunderstorm. He smells the eggs. He smells the fear. He flexes his claws, unsheathing them into the dirt. The negotiation is over. The war for the continent is about to be fought in a 10-foot circle. The tension breaks not with a sound, but with a blur. The Xenosmilus launches. He does not run. He explodes from his crouch. a kinetic missile of tawny fur and rippling muscle. He covers the 10 yards in a heartbeat, staying low, aiming for the legs. His strategy is ancient and proven: grapple, topple, bite the throat. He expects the bird to rear back, to expose its neck. He is wrong. The matriarch does not retreat. She steps into the charge. It is a suicidal gamble that defies mammalian logic. As the cat leaves the ground, paws outstretched to hook her thighs, she deploys her primary weapon. She strikes downward. Her head, heavy as a sledgehammer, snaps down with blinding speed. The hooked beak drives into the cat's shoulder. It is not a nip, it is a puncture. The force of the blow arrests the cat's momentum mid-air, slamming him into the dust. The cat screams a sound of shock and fury. He rolls, scrambling to regain his footing. He slashes out blindly. His claws, sharp as curved daggers, catch the matriarch's flank. Feathers explode like a burst pillow. Blood sprays, bright and hot, painting the dry grass crimson. The pain is blinding, but the matriarch does not vocalize. She is a machine of focus. The cat resets. He realizes this is not prey. This is a rival. He circles, his eyes locked on that terrifying beak. He lunges again, this time aiming high, trying to wrap his forelegs around her neck to drag her down. The impact is seismic. They collide in a tangle of fur and feathers. The cat's weight nearly topples her. She stumbles, her talons tearing deep gouges in the earth to find traction. One of the fragile eggs rolls from the nest, teetering on the edge of destruction. The matriarch shrieks, a primal, ear-splitting sound that summons the ghosts of the dinosaurs. She thrashes, her wings beating the cat's face, confusing him. Then she finds her range. She kicks. It is the same kick that broke the dog's ribs. But this one is fueled by the desperation of a mother. Her talons rake across the cat's belly. The Xenosmilus gasps, winded and lacerated. He releases his grip and scrambles back, hissing. He stands there, panting, blood dripping from his shoulder and nose. He looks at the bird. She's bleeding, her feathers matted, but she stands tall. Her beak raised like a bloody pike, guarding the nest. She is ready to die. He is not. The calculus of survival shifts. A predator does not fight a losing war. The meal is not worth the injury. With a low, resentment-filled growl, the cat backs away. He turns and vanishes into the sawgrass, leaving the alien queen to her throne. The silence returns to the clearing, but it is heavy now. The air smells of copper and disturbed earth. The matriarch does not celebrate. She does not chase the cat. She collapses. Her legs give way, and she sinks onto her breastbone. Her breath coming in ragged, whistling gasps. The wound on her flank throbs, but the blood is clotting. She is tough. She is built of grit and gristle. She uses her beak to gently roll the displaced egg back into the circle of twigs. She checks the others. They are safe. She settles over them, fluffing her remaining feathers to trap the heat. Her eye closes, just for a moment. The sun sets, painting the Florida sky in bruises of purple and black. Time dissolves. The weeks bleed into one another. The matriarch heals, her movements stiff but functional. She hunts close to the nest, snatching lizards and small mammals, never leaving for more than a few minutes. She is a statue of patience. Then the signal comes. A faint tap, tap, tap from beneath her. She stands up, peering down. A hairline fracture appears on the surface of the largest egg. The tapping grows more urgent. A piece of shell flakes off. A beak pushes through.
Peep.
It is small, soft, and ridiculously oversized for the tiny head. A wet, clumsy creature tumbles out into the world. It looks nothing like the terror it will become. It is covered in grey, down, wobbling on oversized legs, chirping a high, demanding note. The matriarch lowers her head. Her terrifying axe beak, the weapon that killed horses and fought saber-tooths, becomes a gentle tool. She preens the chick's wet feathers. She looks up at the horizon. The ice age is coming. The mammals are rising. But here, in this patch of scrubland, the dinosaurs have not just survived, they have conquered. The chick stands up, shakes its tiny wings, and lets out a squeak at the world. The invasion is complete. Long live the queen.